Welcome to part 8 of Mega Man X6. In this episode, we're going to be going after Blaze Heatnix. And, well, I have to say that he has the best theme in the game. As far as soundtrack is concerned, all the soundtrack is pretty good. But Blaze Heatnix is by far one of the best themes. However, the thing that kind of irks me the wrong way is the stage, which is why I am going throughout the entirety of my parts that I have available to make my character a lot stronger. By character I mean Zero, so that I will be able to deal as much damage as humanly possible in his stage. Because Blaze Heatnix's stage has one terrible gimmick to it. Oh, you'll be seeing it shortly. But one thing is perfectly clear. At least we don't have to worry about Alia interrupting us. So, let's get started. And this is that gimmick, folks. We're going to be having to chase after Nightmare snakes. Or should we just call them donuts? Because that's what they look like. Moldy, annoying red donuts. You see, these donuts have 4 nodes on them. And a really big hitbox. See, the hitbox isn't on the actual donut itself, but rather the shots that are being shot from the donut. You have to destroy all 4 nodes, and using Infinity Maginion's weapon is a really good idea. It would make things go by so quick. Zero is probably more powerful with X than X with that regard. However, X has to charge it, and it has more shots with the charge. That's why I said it would be a really good idea to go to Infinity Maginion first before coming here. Anyway, in this stage there is also erupting fire. It would be in your best interest to be careful not only of the fire, but also of the fact that there is Metal Shark Player's Nightmare effect coming into play. As you see here, Metal Shark Player's Nightmare effect will block some of the areas. It's kind of a good thing to have Metal Shark Player's Nightmare effect as opposed to Commander Yanmark's Nightmare effect. Because Commander Yanmark's Nightmare effect has those sucker-punching dragonflies that won't leave until you actually A, get rid of them with the X Saber and the Z Buster. Oh, god damn it! The X Buster and the Z Buster, or B, you get rid of them with the Yanmar option, and if you do that with the Yanmar option, you'll permanently get rid of them. Oh, and earlier you just saw me die trying to get that Reploid. Well, that Reploid I had to make sure to get because chances are one of those Reploids had the shock buffer, and the shock buffer is in the stage. And I'll be damned if I lose that Reploid, because the shock buffer means I'll be going through the rest of the stage taking half of the damage that I'm supposed to. That one Nightmare Wheel, that one's actually easy so long as you actually that one's easy so long as you use the Giga Attack to destroy the Nightmare Wheel right then and there. Come on. Oh, damn it, it turned back into a nightmare. Shit. E-Take, yeah, that's how we're gonna do this. Now then, we're just gonna have to do the Giga Attack one last time so we could actually hurt it. Oh god, I thought I got it but I didn't. Oh well, there's a Reploid right here, but if you hit it one more time, I mean, it's on a slant, and it's going backwards and forwards, and it's constantly shooting at you. But if you actually hit it right when it's coming towards you, you can actually get all the hits at once. Oh, I thought there was a Reploid up here, but I guess not. Oh well. Now, the middle section right here, there is a platform. Wait, actually, that was back earlier, sorry. There was 2 different spots that we needed to go to. Now, once we get onto this platform here, we have the hardest donut of them all to deal with. The one that shows up right smack dab in the middle, surrounded by instant kill lava. Hooray! Yeah, let's raise up that Giga attack. Because I'm gonna need it. 2 shots would get rid of this thing. And we just need it to be right in the wide open so we can finally put an end to them. Well, to it, actually. There we go. Now we can go to the rest of the stage without it being in a moving screen. And oh god, there was a Reploid right next to a Nightmare. That is totally unfair. And to be perfectly honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, you'll be seeing that a lot in this stage. As a matter of fact, there's a secret area which you need the Hyper Dash and the Speedster for the Blade Armor and the Jumper part for X, not for X-Zero, sorry, that you need to get in order for you to get the Reploid that's there. Because if you don't get that Reploid, and the Nightmare is right close by. Actually, there's one particular Nightmare that the Nightmare just doesn't even bother. But if you don't get to that Reploid in time, the Reploid will be lost for good. And this stage is notorious for having Reploids there, right in the area where you need to get to them. Now this one's actually pretty easy. A couple of Giga attacks, that'll pretty much destroy the donut there. And that's pretty much the end of the stage. Just make sure you use 2 Giga attacks to stop the donut. And now we're here at Blaze Heatnix. Oh boy. The fight's actually easier than the stage itself. It's too hot here. Let's finish this. Of course it's too hot here. You're in a goddamn volcano. A vigorous guy. I've been waiting. You look so strong compared with the others. I was bored because there is no strong Reploids left on the planet. Although I was ordered not to kill, it's too hard, isn't it? I'm not interested in your talk. Will you fight or not? Good, let's fight. Yeah, Blaze Heatnix. Where to begin with this guy? He actually has lava that'll do half damage to you, by the way, on the floor. How is that fair? But you jump from platform to platform to try to avoid Blaze Heatnix. And wherever he comes up at, you can have yourself in a position where you can shoot him with your Z-Buster. Unlike X, which the ground dash is the only weakness for Blaze Heatnix, Zero, on the other hand, the Z-Saber and just about all of his moves actually stops Blaze Heatnix's patterns and have him to reset his patterns as well. Oh, crud, he's going back down on the ground. This is the part where he starts using the Magma Blade. You can duck that, by the way. I mean, as Zero and as X. But every time you hit him with the Z-Buster or the Z-Saber, he's just gonna stop his pattern. And he'll eventually go on the bottom, across the bottom of the screen and across the top of the screen. That's easy to avoid too, and then he'll repeat the pattern. Blaze Heatnix isn't as bad as you think. It's his stage that's the problem. And we're going to have to unfortunately come back here. But for now, since we defeated Blaze Heatnix, we now get ourselves a brand new ability. And that is the Magma Blade. For X, you fire a sword swing that is a flame sword. However, X can actually charge the Magma Blade. And here's the thing. The Magma Blade has a glitch where if you're in midair trying to dash, you can actually be on solid ground temporarily for a short period of time so you can make another dash. Great for when you don't have the Speedster because of the fact that a Reploid ended up being caught by a Nightmare. And while that is a good thing for X, you do have to realize that the Magma Blade only has a limited amount of range. I mean, despite it saying that it has wide range, it doesn't. It only goes out further and then stop when it hits an enemy. And it's not really that effective as a charged attack, only to get you over bottomless pits. Zero gets the Shoinzen, which is the upward slash that I would have had I beaten Blaze Heatnix before I faced Heatnix. But unfortunately, that's not the case. You just use the upward slash, and it's actually pretty nifty, especially with the Saber extension. And it's also the weakness of Blizzard Wolfang. From this, however, we got the ultimate the ultimate buster, which, if you equip that part for X, X has all of his charged moves. That is a really good thing to have if you don't have the Speedster again. Anyway, Blaze Heatnix, an ex-investigator for the hotspot. His ability is far beyond the others. He could research any dangerous area. All other members who fell behind were killed. Gate, who created Heatnix, improved his powers and strengths. In order to prevent any more victims, Heatnix was disposed of deep underground. Yeah, I'm trying to ad-lib for the grammatical errors. And again, Alias working for a Reploid research team that pretty much hates Gate's guts. But go figure, he went Maverick. Anyway, time for me to show off the secret area. And remember the Nightmare I was talking about? That Nightmare was just sitting there doing absolutely nothing. Although the Nightmare would take priority, there was like 2 Nightmares, I do believe, that will not go after Reploids if you get anywhere close. I haven't gotten to that point yet, so let me use the Metal Acre to get rid of this block here. And let's climb up to get a piece of the Shadow Armor. X. I'll give you an armor program. Call 4 programs to complete the Shadow Armor. Now I'll install the ARM program of the Shadow Armor. This program will enable you to fire in 3 directions simultaneously and use a striking charge saber. Go and defeat the evil of this world. Well, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves the first part of the Shadow Armor, and I'm going to go ahead and get the second part. But first, there's one other thing we need to get here. Something that we definitely are in need of. And that is another sub-tank. We already got one from Commander Yanmark. Oh, by the way, that was the Nightmare that I was talking about. That wouldn't actually move until you... Let me just take the damn hit. Anyway, as I was saying, that was the other Nightmare that wouldn't move until you actually got to the vicinity, and even then, he moves away from the Reploid. That's the one right there. Sorry. I'm getting all jumbled up and confused here. But nonetheless, I have found all the Reploids there. There is one thing I need to point out. It was leading up to this Nightmare area that has... Now, one of the Reploids actually have a shock buffer. And it's a good thing, too, that I find the shock buffer, because I'm going to need it. Thankfully, there's no Nightmare in this area. Just nothing but flames and the Nightmare effect of Metal Shark Player. Flames and the Nightmare effect. Although there is one good thing I can say about Metal Shark Player's Nightmare effect. Without the jumper and the speedster or the hyper dash, you'd be able to still climb up there thanks to Metal Shark Player's Nightmare effect. But we found the sub-tank. Let's go over to Rainy Turtleoid stage, which, by the way, is under the Nightmare effect of Infinity Maginian. Now then, what you need to do is make a slight dash underneath the spikes with the blade armor, so you'll be able to make it through. I'm trying to make it to where I won't get dash into spikes. Oh, god damn it! Dash the other way, idiot! Yeah, I'm being a little paranoid here because I don't want to die, and I'm right in front of spikes. There we go. And here's the next part. I'll give you data for an armor program. Yeah, stop delaying the damn cutscenes. Obtain all 4 programs so that the armor will be completed. The one I give you is now the body program for the shadow armor. With this program, you will take less damage, and the damage you receive will be converted to energy to perform to the Giga attack. Sorry, translation error. You are our only hope. Yeah, keep telling us that. By the way, the shadow armor, while it looks pretty cool, is the Golem armor 2.0. Anyway, lastly, before I call it apart, we're going to get the leg parts of, or was it the helmet? I think it was the helmet of the shadow armor. So, without further ado, let's try to get through this as quickly as humanly possible without being crushed. There we go. And speaking of leap of faith, we've come to the area where leap of faith is a definite good thing. First off, let's kill all these Nightmare, because I don't want them coming after not only the Reploid that was standing there earlier, but I don't want them impeding my path, and I definitely don't want them to get the Reploid that is over by the Dr. Light capsule, because they will follow me. Oh, and by the way, extreme mode, these assholes teleport. I just thought I'd make that perfectly clear. Nonetheless, I'm just gonna kill these guys, try to jump up as high as I can, and there we go. Barely made it though. X, I'll give you an armor pod. Hooray! Collect 4 programs. Yes, we've already been through that. We only need 1 more program after this anyway. I will now install a program for the head parts of the shadow armor. This program will enable you to swing the saber faster by analyzing it. Wait, what? You analyze the saber to swing it faster? No. You program the goddamn saber to be faster, developers. That's what you do. Seriously, that's ridiculous. You don't analyze a goddamn saber to swing it fast. If that was the case, then Falcon Armor X and Blade Armor X would be able to swing their swords faster by analyzing it. Well, for the most part, we're done. We got 3 out of 4 armor parts for the Shadow Armor. In the next episode, we take on the last Maverick, which is Blizzard Wolfang. This is RVman985. See you guys next time. And surprisingly, I did rather well despite all the deaths that I cut out. Take care.